And hello. Here we are on another Husky Huddle where we almost had a heart attack over the weekend. The UConn Huskies against FAU.
FAU.
I didn't say UC.
Florida
I
Atlantic.
was going to say USF. Yeah.
No, wrong.
Yep. FAU, and it was very interesting to say the least. And with me is always the man himself, the legendary voice of the Huskies, the best of the best, Mr. Joe D'Ambrosia. Joe, great
Stevie,
to see
good
you.
morning.
Yeah, it is a good morning. Thankfully, it was potentially not going to be a good morning.
Well, it's still going to be a good morning for me, Steve. I got to be honest with you. Whether the Huskies won or lost, it was going to be a good morning because I'd get to see you and eventually Schumann. So,
yes, we are worth it. We are definitely worth it.
Yeah.
And Chris D hopefully will be worth it. So the game, we did get the surprising return of Mel Brown, which I'm still trying to figure out. They did what you said they would do as far as throwing the ball. Joe threw 46 times. He had 446 yards passing. He was he was on fire. They got the tight ends more involved, which I was happy to see. Skylar Bell had his typical 8 receptions. Hansen got 7, which I think was his most for this season. And Shamar Porter had a couple. Cam Edwards had a bunch. Romello Murphy had a couple. It was good to see offensively. Defensively, it still worries me, giving up close to 200 yards a game rushing. And then their quarterback, who was good coming in, very good, threw for 404 yards. And not only that,
494. He almost threw for 500 yards.
That's right. I read it wrong. I saw 404. 494 yards. But what got me is he was 42 of 55. That is unbelievable. And you had said we were going to have to give up something to try to stop the pass. And
they didn't
give
up anything. They gave up 687 yards of total offense and won the game because the FAU kicker shanked as makeable a field goal as he'll ever try.
It's the only reason. Yep. It's the absolute only reason they had the game won. And I was blown away by it. I was worried going into it because I thought there were potentially some distractions that would get in the kid's head. But then I see, we're up 24-3 in the first quarter. I think we're going to cruise. I think we're going to blow them out of the water. They came back like gangbusters. They never quit. They scored 14 points in the second quarter, and we only scored 3. And then they had another 14 points in the third quarter. And, it kept going from there. I never expected it to be a quote unquote shootout like it ended up being. But it's, man.
One was predicted 41-31. Gee, I wonder who that was.
You guys did. I predicted it. I at least predicted a closer game, but I did not predict
28-17.
I did not predict it that high scoring.
And Schumann predicted 38-21. Only one of us, the one that never played the sport, except on the schoolyards at Goodwin Park in Hartford, saw a shootout forthcoming. Look, here's the bottom line. It's win number 9.
Yeah.
They had some record-setting performances this year. The bowl game is a complete mystery. Who will be here? Who won't be here? That'll play itself out in the upcoming days and weeks. But the bottom line is, we can talk about the schedule all we want, but 9-3 is 9-3, and they should be praised. They had some amazing individual performances,
Yeah.
and as a collective, even in these games that were complete cluster blanks, they find a way to win. I mean, and I could only watch part of the game because I had hockey that night, but computer on at Toscano, and I see him on fourth down at their own 10 through a 90-yard touchdown
They threw
pass.
a 90-yard touchdown pass. Yeah.
How does that happen?
It
How does
was
that happen?
amazing. I had no idea. I just figured coach was coaching like, hey, I got nothing to lose. Let's just let it all go. Let's let it
If
all
you're the
fly.
defense, I understand it was a slant over the middle, and they found the perfect seam in the pass defense. But 90 yards on fourth down.
4th and 1. Yeah.
Steve, I'll be honest with you, and I've been watching football a lot longer than you have. I've never seen that before. I've seen 90-yard plays. I've seen fourth down conversions. I've never seen a fourth down conversion that went for 90 yards.
Yeah, that was backbreaking. That was backbreaking. I mean, that was, I
It was ball
believe,
breaking. Never mind back breaking.
it was in the third quarter. It was in the third quarter.
Yeah.
They had them backed up on the 1 yard line, and fourth down and the 90-yard touchdown pass. That was unbelievable. And
Pretty amazing.
It's just, what are you doing defensively? And I know I've always thought all season that Coach Brock does too much. He does a little bit too much, where we're, jack of all trades, but we're not a master of any. We've done well with getting sacks. We've been up in the top 5 for sacks in the country because of the way we blitz. Mel Brown had a couple of big runs. It was good to see him back, but it was just confusion as to, is he gonna redshirt, or did he come back because he just wanted to get out of here? That's what I worry about. And I think you're right. The question comes down to the bowl game that we play in. Who could opt out of it? Who could end up not playing at all? And that's why I said it would be like a fire sale. If guys opt out, if coaches leave, things could dramatically change, and that may affect where we end up going.
But it's not going to end up it's not going to change, Steve, where they end up going. It's just going to change who because nobody's opting out until the bowl games. It's only a week away,
right,
from the announcement of the bowl games.
You don't think if Mora announced tomorrow that he's taking the Cal job, that it would affect who would take us for a bowl game?
Well, maybe that's a good point. I don't know.
That was my only concern. Yeah, that was my only concern.
Look, it's if it does, it does. That's life. That's life as we live it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Nick Saban had an idea about coaches leaving before bowl games and stuff in schools. And it's not. Here's the thing. It's not only on the coaches. It's on these schools that have opening, waving wads of money and promises in front of these coaches and saying, I need a decision yesterday. That's the real villains in this.
They put the pressure on them.
These schools that have the openings, thinking they're holier than thou, and they want their coach in place immediately to begin the process. I mean, if the NCAA put in a rule, God forbid the NCAA put in rules like this, but if they put in a rule that said, you can't fill your coaching vacancies until, say January 1st. Now that would give other schools an unfair advantage as far as recruiting concerned, but so be it. You're the one who fired your coach. You're the one who dug your hole. So I don't know. It just, I'm not. Look, I'm not. I'm
But
not
you're
going to
right,
get all.
though. Everyone who fired their coach mid-season or whenever they did,
Yeah.
who really benefited from it? None of those teams got anything out of firing their coach when they did. Arkansas
No.
didn't
No.
get any
You're
better.
right.
I mean,
You're right.
nothing happened, and they expect these things to be miracles when they get rid of these coaches. They do it so they have more time to get these search firms and have other opportunities to get different coaches. They want more time to look at different coaches and sneak Lane Kiffin on the campus to have him visit like they did last week. And then you got Ole Miss allegedly giving Lane Kiffin until this week to make a decision. Like, what are you doing? Are you staying or are you going? Whether they would let him coach in the Egg Bowl was the topic of discussion, which I think is crazy. And they have offered him a contract extension, and I don't know the money, but they've given him more than what he has. They can't match, obviously, LSU and Florida, but they're pressing Lane Kiffin because he's getting press from Florida and LSU. They want to know if they're going to have their coach for the playoffs. They're going to have a run in the playoffs. Can you imagine? I could never imagine leaving a team when Brian Kelly did it and Lane Kiffin could do it, when their team is going to make the college football playoffs and have a chance to make a run. That's what blows my mind in this day and age.
Totally agree.
Do that. And it was also good. John Nider, another touchdown pass. I give him all the credit in the world, and I really do hope they put him on scholarship because he has definitely earned it. He has proven his value. He's a situational player, but he's always going to work. He's always going to get better. He's always going to be at the right place. He's not going to have missed assignments, and that means something. And
but that's if the head coach leaves, that's going to be on the next coach to come in and decide Nider's value to him. It might be different. Might be more. 100%. Might be less.
100%. It depends on the offense they run and everything like that. Absolutely. The other guy I would give a co-MVP is Chris Freeman. My God. He had a tremendous year as a kicker. Yep. He won games. He had a couple field goals in this game. He really is something special and is going to get a shot at the next level. I think that was great to see. But the game overall was it just in my mind. I was happy they won. I was just disappointed in how we looked down there because it seems like we came out firing. We got that lead, and then we thought, okay, the game's won. It was kind of like the Delaware situation where we get off to an early lead, and then we let things up as the game goes on. So that's what was frustrating for me. And like you said, defensively, you're going to stop one. You give up something, and they should have given up the run to stop the pass. Instead, they were allowed to run and pass. They did
193 yards and 32 rushes, 6 yards an attempt.
Yeah, and
494 yards on 55 attempts, which is like what 8.5, 8 3/4 yards an attempt. It's crazy.
It's crazy, and like you said, they had 600 yards of total offense. This is Florida Atlantic, who lost to FIU.
No, they had almost 700. They had 687. That's almost 700 yards.
Oh my God. That just like, what do you do? It's like when you go out there, you may as well not even put a defense out there. Just put the ball out there and let him try to drive it on air. Because otherwise, what's the point of having your defense? I'm looking at the numbers. Even Parham didn't have a great game. He had 8 tackles. We had a couple TFLs, and out of the 52 pass attempts, we only had 1 sack. That's what's really disappointing and scary.
Well, that's a little unusual because they normally do a better job of getting to the quarterback.
Exactly.
But they didn't this week. That's for damn sure.
No. And I don't know if it was because of maybe they had the running game going a little bit more, or the kids were either looking ahead maybe. It just seemed like they were off. Joe, 33 of 46 for 446. My God, for 3 touchdowns. Just a great way for him to end the season, to end his career. He goes 3,446 yards passing, 28 touchdowns, 1 interception. I mean, that's a season that will be remembered for a long time. I mean, if you're looking at our top quarterbacks, do you put them in the top 5?
Well, let's look at the stats, which is why I'm wearing the old man glasses. He
Correct.
will pass the single season record in the bowl game because, as you said,
do those stats count?
What's that? Oh yeah.
Oh, they do. Okay.
He's got 34.48 in 03. Danny Orlovsky threw for 34.85. So
wow.
I still put Orlovsky as number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I have Shane Stafford up there.
Yep.
I have Matt DiGennaro up there, but
yep.
I would certainly put Fagnano on the Mount Rushmore. I think he's earned that. Skylar Bell with 100 and what does he have for catches? He's got 101. That's more than anybody's ever had in UConn history. Noel Thomas, the great Noel Thomas, had 100 in 2016.
Wow.
And as far as the rushing is concerned, Edwards with 1,132 yards. That's the 10th best year in UConn history. He passed by our guy Wilbur Gilliard on Saturday. So I mean, these are 3 kids who have had a dramatic impact into the UConn football program. I would say yes. Would I put Fagnano in the Mount Rushmore now? Yes. I understand the coach's enthusiasm. I understand the coach is trying to stand up for his guy. Look, there's no way Joe Fagnano is going to be on the stage at the Heisman Trophy. Okay?
I agree.
Let's just end that. I mean,
that's you just got to be realistic about it.
Yeah, that's all. And it doesn't take away from as great a year as any UConn quarterback has ever had. Because when you put his numbers into context and the amount of interceptions he threw, maybe the greatest year in UConn football history for a quarterback. Who knows? I mean,
absolutely.
I'll let other people smarter than me come up with that, but I think it's as good as anybody's ever had.
It is for sure. It is. His numbers, the leadership role he took on, the way, he came back in certain games in tight situations, drives where we needed points, drives where we needed a touchdown. He always had that ice water in his veins, and he made plays. And I give him credit for that. He fought through adversity. They tried to replace him last year. Every time they did, he came firing back. because he made the most of the opportunities that he got. You know, they shoehorned Evers in there and he gets hurt. Joe comes in. Joe does great. Evers comes back, gets hurt again. Joe comes in, does great. Same thing. The last time he got hurt was at UAB. Joe comes in, he does great. And that's where making the most of those opportunities is critical because, like you said, you never know when your number's going to be called. And when it's called, you better be ready. And he could have been another one, gone into the transfer portal. They brought in Evers. I'm not going to get a chance to play. You know, I got hurt in 2023. I'm not going to get a chance to play. I may as well leave. He fought. He stuck around, made the most of his opportunities. And I agree. He'll go down 2 years, 9-win seasons. It's never happened in UConn history.
Right.
So I have to give him credit for that. He was the leader for that. And obviously with the bowl game, having a chance to win 10 would be something monumental for us. Now, you know, the question everyone continues to ask is if it will get us to the next level.
What next level?
They don't have a tie. Getting into a bowl conference. I want the Pinstripe Bowl, the Pinstripe Bowl, Myrtle Beach Bowl. Best case is Duke's Mayo Bowl. I don't know about that. The ACC has filled their bowl quota, so the Pinstripe and Fenway are impossible. If Mora goes to Oregon, so this is a question. If Mora goes to Oregon State, do you think that Gordon should be the head coach?
Well, there's a bunch of schools he could go to. I wouldn't narrow it down.
But I mean, if he were to leave, would you
let's
try?
just put it generic. Let's just say if he were to leave. I don't know. I don't know Gordon Simmons from a hole in the wall. He wasn't there in my last years, obviously, of doing the games on the radio. But everybody who I talk to speaks highly of him. But you know, it's a big step. It's like in baseball, Steve. The biggest step is from AAA to the majors. Well, in coaching, the biggest step is from a coordinator or an assistant coach to the head coach's duties. From what I hear, he could handle it. I don't have any questions about that. And obviously everybody wants to be a head coach. Nobody's going to turn it down if it's offered to him. We'll see. I don't know if he's the guy. I don't know what David Benedict is thinking about his successor.
Yeah. And you're right, because we've especially seen with even the Patriots with Josh McDaniels. He goes off. He's been a head coach 2 or 3 times, and it was a disaster.
That was
Comes
awful.
back. Exactly. Comes back, offensive coordinator, doing a great job. I mean, he's a big reason that Drake May is having the season that he's having.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here he is.
What is that?
Oh, he's promoting his new recruiting software, or his new showcase software. Oh, jeez.
That's rude.
He changed everything.
Right in the middle of you making a point?
He put the thing on wrong. He put it on as a cover. Okay, now he puts it back. You're still on the cover. You got to go to.
Stand by, folks.
It's the background, Dave. You put it in the background. You put it in the front.
No, we got nothing.
He put it in the front. Now did he take it off? Okay. And he's not even connected. Okay. So I will put it back. Okay. But yeah, so there's people saying that there's a lot of teams 5 and 6, and they are concerned that we could end up not going to a bowl game if the teams that are 5 and 6 get to 6 and 6. And apparently somebody says there's 72 80 bowl spots. Wow. I don't know if this is accurate, but he says there's 80 bowl spots and 72 teams have clinched already. There are 13 games where 5 and 6 teams are playing this week. So we need teams to lose in order to get in.
Well, I mean, I looked, CBS Sports has been my go-to spot for the bowl projections. They don't have us projected going to a bowl. They did until this week. Now, I wouldn't.
Wow.
It just might be an error.
No.
They might have forgot. They might have forgotten about us. But I mean, it's an unfortunate reality of life, Steve. When you're an independent,
Exactly.
you're in everybody else's beck and call.
Right. You have no agreement with anyone. Nothing is guaranteed. With the conference arrangements, Ball technically can't pick you over somebody else, which is a big issue. If they were able to pick you, like Notre Dame could be picked, but we don't have that luxury. So we are at the mercy of how things shake out. I cannot believe 72 teams have clinched already. But I don't know what the Sun Belt or Conference USA, the Group of Five, what they're tied to. The ACC, the ACC is a bit of a mess because the way I read it, there's still a way for Pitt to win the ACC title.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It's crazy. And
so I just counted quickly. Well, this is on the top of my little head. I want to get. So I counted quickly. There's 35 bowl games, and that doesn't take into effect the 12 teams in the football playoff. So that's 82 teams. So that's 82 teams. I mean, you look at the American alone, and there's already 7 teams who have qualified, and Army is 5 and 5, right? So let's say, let's do the math on this. So that's 8 teams from the American, right? The ACC has already qualified 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, and that's all they're going to get. All right.
Right.
So that's 11 from there. The Big Ten has qualified 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 teams. So that's all they're going to get. So that's 30 teams through 3 leagues.
Jesus.
I mean, it's not a stone cold. I mean, the Big 12 has qualified 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. They qualified 9, and they've got 3 teams that are 5 and 6.
Right. That's what he was talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's
wow.
Not, even Conference USA has qualified 6 teams, and Delaware is 5 and 6.
Yep.
So I don't think it's a lock. I don't think it's a lock.
It really isn't. It really isn't.
It's not a lock for what?
A bowl game.
A bowl game, period?
Period. End of sentence.
Yes, Dave. As you have your backwards hat on, you're trying to look cool.
That doesn't
And
make any sense.
now you're putting the comments up. No, we looked at it because every conference is tied in to a bowl game. So the ACC, the Big Ten, the Big 12, they get 8 to 10 bowl games. Whoever qualifies fills it. We fit in if they don't have enough teams that qualify. And Joe just went through it. The Big Ten, the ACC, the SEC, obviously, Big 12, they have the teams that qualify. Even the American has enough teams that qualify. There are a few that are on the cusp, like he mentioned, Army, which is 5-5, that may not get there. There's a couple other teams that are sitting at 5-6, I believe, that need a win this week to be bowl eligible. Now, there also there's chances that teams could decline going to bowl games. That's happened. Certain teams don't.
No, but I don't think anybody's declining going to a bowl game. I understand it's happened in the past.
Yeah,
but
the only team that did was Hawaii last year under their situation with Todd Graham, and then Timmy Chang came in. But Dave.
So let me interrupt you for a minute before you get the scholars' thoughts. 72 teams in college football are already bowl eligible.
That's what
that
he said.
doesn't count Notre Dame, which is 73. All right.
That's
and
exactly
there are 5,
80.
6, 7, 10, 13 that are 5-6.
Yeah. That's what we have a master on here who said that 72 teams are already bowl eligible, and there are 80 bowl spots, and there are 13 games where 5 and 6 teams are playing this week. So we need some of those teams to lose to even get into a bowl, which is wow. I mean, with the season we had, and we had moved up. If you look at the rankings, I go to The Athletic, who ranks all 136 FBS teams. We moved up to 43, which has been our highest in a while. But Dave, what were your thoughts on the Florida Atlantic game as you continue to market your software?
Never stop marketing what you're doing.
You're always hustling.
So I was gonna say, so the game itself was an amazing comeback. Even though it shouldn't have been in that position.
Yeah.
It was an amazing comeback. To drive down the field. We almost left them too much time on the clock. So that was crazy that they could actually come right down the field in 25 seconds and be in position to win the game. So a tie the game. But I thought when they got the ball down to the 19, they shouldn't even bother kicked it and just try to throw it to the end zone because they probably would have scored.
With the Joe mentioned it too. I mean, they
Swiss cheese.
They scored. They had a 90-yard touchdown pass
on 4th and 1.
4th and 1.
As long as I said this, as long as I've watched football, which is like understanding what's going on 60-something years, I've never seen that before. 4th and 1 at the 10, and a 90-yard touchdown pass. It's crazy.
It is. And, Dave, as I mentioned, I thought that maybe some outside factors could have played in, and the kids may have been somewhat distracted or
They
looking
jumped
ahead.
out to a 24-3 lead. There were no
They
distractions.
did.
I think it was the defense has just been a major
It's been
problem
awful
all
all year.
the whole year. So it's really just this quarterback was excellent from Florida Atlantic, and
Well, yeah, he had 22 touchdowns coming in. He was averaging 322 a game. Yeah, he was.
he threw for almost 500 yards in this game.
We
And
gave him 700 yards.
Fagano threw for 450, and he got out thrown by another guy in the game.
I know. And we threw the ball 46 times, but it was great to see Hansen finally get involved.
He had a great game. Yeah.
Yeah. He had 7 catches. I believe it was the most that he's had all year. It was good to see Mel Brown back.
Yep.
And Chris D wanted me to let you know that he broke that news and he wanted credit for it. And
let me write that down.
That Mel Brown was back?
Yes. Yeah, he did. He said it. And when we were on yesterday, he brought it up. But I wonder if, if he plays in the bowl game, that counts. Is that him saying, I want out? Because I had heard they were trying to redshirt him. And obviously that's not going to be the case. I didn't know but Joe said the bowl game statistically counts towards their numbers, and Joe Fignano will pass Dan Orlovsky for passing yards in a single year, which is huge.
Well, he's going to go down as the as far as this two season run as the greatest quarterback over the last 2 years in UConn history.
I mean, and Joe agreed. I mean, Joe would put him on the Mount Rushmore of UConn quarterbacks. It would be Dan, Shane, DeGennaro, and probably Joe would be next for the last 2-year run. And I give him. I told Joe I give him credit because he could have transferred when Evers came in. Every opportunity he got, he delivered last season. He made the most of it. And it's very, very tough. Stop and start. And that's what he had to deal with. And he did a good job. Now, last year, we relied more on the run game. This year, we evolved into a true passing team. Like for him to take over the way that he did and, deliver the ball and have guys like John Nider step up and make plays, that was incredible to see.
I thought, what was amazing is Fagano threw for a bazillion yards, and he wasn't exactly his best game accuracy wise. And he still threw over 1 million yards. I mean, it was it was crazy how many yards threw. I think there was one. Well, I don't know. I don't know if all this gets thrown out. If Mora does have an opportunity and he does leave, if that happens, what is the shakeup on that? Is going to be a big question. I wonder if that becomes something. If that becomes an issue, or now I could tell you. Here is a rumor I did hear that Washington does not have Mora as number one for the coaching search.
That's good. That's good to hear.
So again, it's a rumor, not a fact, but it's a rumor that he is not number one. So Washington may not. Now, obviously, guys can turn down jobs, so maybe he's still would be still in the mix there.
A lot of dominoes have to fall.
But there's I guess originally, I don't know. You know how these searches go. Like, there's a bunch of names now. There's some guys that are emerging. Obviously, Jed Fish still has to leave. Oregon State jobs open. is I don't know if Stanford job could be open or not, possibly at the end of the
Yep.
season.
Cal just opened.
Who did?
Cal
just opened.
Yeah.
That's a big
Well,
job.
LSU's open.
That's
Yeah.
I mean, that's rumored. Did you see the thing about obviously Lane Kiffin's daughter dates the linebacker, but well, two things. She does. She Weeks, the linebacker there is.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
whatever.
I've seen pictures of them together. Yeah.
So she was down there supposedly at. It could have been a function with Weeks. I don't know, but she was at there where they had a lot of big. She was at some event with a bunch of big donors, I guess, and so all of a sudden everyone's like, "Oh, she's there as a proxy for Lane." It's hilarious.
Oh my God.
But did you also see the whole thing with Brian Kelly? How his son plays for LSU, so his son had senior day, and he went out and he was chanting free BK, free BK.
He did that
Free
on
BK?
senior day?
Free BK.
Yeah, because LSU.
They don't want to pay him.
They're trying to fire him for cause now.
They're trying to do
and not pay him because he won't take a buyout. And they're saying that Scott Woodward, the AD at the time, did not have the authority to fire him. And now they're saying that
he was fired 4 days later, right?
Yeah, they're trying to say he's fired for cause, but if that happens, he's supposed to get written notice within 7 days. That never happened. So I think it's going to be a battle. He'll lose. The school will lose. I think that he'll end up just getting a buyout and going. I mean, if he fights
doesn't want to take it. I mean, if he wants to be stubborn and not take it, then that's
he has been. Yes, he has been stubborn. He has not wanted to take any buyout that was offered. They upped it, I think, to $30 million, and he wouldn't take it. Because you're leaving $20 million on the table, and he feels with the way that he was fired that he wants his buyout, and it's, as the governor said, it's the athletic director's fault for giving that contract.
Well, it is.
Yeah.
There's no guessing about that. I want to ask you a question before we get into anything. Do you know who came closest in the prediction of Saturday's game?
Did you come closest? I know I was
41-31. I was the only one who predicted the Dogs would get 40. You were second at a very efficient 38-21. And then Mr. Worrywart predicted 28-17 because of all the distractions.
The only distraction they have is the defensive coordinator taking the defensive backs and lining them so far back that they're almost at the end zone when the snap comes off. So I mean,
which is why you can turn a 4th and 1 slant into a 90-yard touchdown.
It's exactly right. It's mind blowing.
And they only had one sack the whole game, and the quarterback threw 52 times.
I thought they were making some progress in the middle there, but now I don't think they're making progress. So, I think they have some good players on the defense, but I don't think it's that they don't have good players. I just think it's very I don't know.
I told Joe I think it's schematically Brock tries to do everything.
What
tries to do too much?
Protect the deep ball and blitz at the same time.
Coverage wise, yeah, he gives all these exotic looks, and guys aren't in position, and they can't get back into position, and that's why. I mean, I would even say if Mora does end up staying, would Brock be someone who could be a casualty? Would he fire him? It's tough to argue after the numbers.
Which I would say the chances now are at least 50-50, maybe higher. Just because what job would he go to? And if this is true, with our, if Cal is maybe already in process and all those, yeah, I would think you'd have to look at it. I would think you'd have to evaluate, or at least have a conversation and say, look at it. Is it more a defensive guy to be? Isn't that like his?
He used to call the defense. Yeah.
All right, so he knows what he's looking at. So if he is here next season, he's gonna either have to have a sit down and say, hey, like we need to either focus here or focus there or whatever, and if they don't see eye to eye, I don't see the defense we're playing. If we have a dip at quarterback at all, we could be looking at 2 wins. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
because we won't score the points.
I mean, without Fignano is not our quarterback, and we don't have like you take away Fignano, just take away Fignano, we're probably 3 wins
Easily. I mean,
take away Skylar Bell.
Oh,
I would say you probably lose a couple of games more. So I don't know. I mean, I think defensively that's a problem because we're in a luxurious situation that our quarterback's able to score a lot of points with that offense. It's a luxurious situation. And it's not even a lot of very good quarterbacks you're not able to be in that situation. So I don't know. You know what I mean? Like that's something that definitely has to get looked at because you know what? I didn't even look. I'm curious, but I'm curious where we average giving up a game. It must be ridiculous.
All right, so here's today's first UConn football trivia question. So this kid the other day threw for 494 or whatever it was. It's not even close to the most ever thrown against the UConn football team.
Oh, I know who threw the most. I have a guess.
All right, go ahead.
Nagy from Delaware.
Number 2, my friend.
Ooh, wow. There's a one higher.
Tom Earhart from URI in 1985 gashed the Huskies for 566.
Holy cow!
Nagy threw for 556, and Mickey Fine from Maine in 97 threw for 522. That's a lot of passing yards.
And he's a coach now. But yeah, I mean, you look at it.
Who's the coach now?
Nagy.
Mickey Fine coaching now.
Mickey and Nagy.
And Nagy, yes.
Nagy's an NFL coach.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. That's him with Kansas City, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So yeah, we give up 185 yards rushing a game. We've given up 23 touchdowns. We have given up 2,700 yards passing a game. And 16
almost 5,000 yards of offense.
Yeah. It's 4,958 yards of offense. Wow. And they average 5.7 yards a play. Yeah. That's yeah. I mean, and the only difference is we average 460 a game total offense. We're giving up 413 total.
Yeah, we're putting up a little more.
Don't forget that's skewed by the CCSU game.
Yeah,
CCSU, by the way, is going to the FCS playoffs. Good for them in Yale.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I know Yale was. That was great.
All right, here's the second trivia question. So, our boy Fignano, 446 on Saturday, second most in the glorious history of UConn football. Who threw for 461?
Hoffman.
I'll give you multiple choice.
No.
Is it I'll give you multiple choice. Shut up. Is it A, Brian Sheriffs, B, Dan Orlovsky, or C, Casey Cochran?
Oh wow.
It's Casey, isn't it? Well,
461 against Memphis in
Wow.
2013.
What happened
Yeah.
to Casey?
Well, the coach that came in after him didn't think he could play.
It was.
And did he go anywhere? Or he just stayed at UConn.
He just bided his time. Yeah, he said he did radio with us for a couple of years on the sidelines. Was great.
He was a phenomenal high school player.
Oh, he was the best. Seriously,
Phenomenal.
his name is littered in the Connecticut high school record book for passing yardage.
Oh yeah,
His father was his offensive coordinator or head coach, right?
Jack Cochran was the head coach. Jack Cochran was a legend, boy. He would
one
put
of
his
the
foot on the
best.
gas, and he pissed a lot of people off. But boy, he could coach.
Yeah,
Dave, he did the greatest thing I ever heard. Connecticut has a rule where you can only beat a team if you beat a team by 50 or more or something. The coach gets suspended.
Okay.
And Cochran was coaching, I believe, at New London.
Yep.
And they played Simsbury. And he said, I'm going to score as much as possible. And I don't care if I get suspended. Of course, he scores over 50 and he gets suspended. And it was hilarious. He didn't give a shit.
That's hilarious.
I believe he's won the most state titles in Connecticut history as well.
Oh,
no,
really?
That's not right. That's not right.
That is not right. Okay.
That's
But
that's factually inaccurate, Steve.
He's won a lot, though, right?
He was at New London. Yeah. Wasn't he at somewhere else, like Staples?
He was at Bloomfield.
He's been all over the place, yeah.
And I think, and I'm looking it up in the state high school record book, I think he might have been at Massac as well when Casey was there.
Right.
Yeah, Jack was a great coach. He coached terrific offense. I mean, he had some great players who played for him.
Did he move around a lot because people just got, I guess he annoyed people? Is that what it was? Over time?
Yeah. My friend Uwe coached with him at New London.
Okay.
And he got in a little trouble at New London, and that's why he was terminated there. But I believe they won the state title when Uwe was there. And he said that Jack called offense, defense, and the special teams. He did it.
God bless him. I love it. The old school way.
Yeah, he did
Jack
everything.
was in charge.
Yeah.
Jack was in charge.
This was a great win in a sense. We got the 9 wins, and we'll go down the best 2 seasons we've ever had in our program's history. Hopefully we can build off it. It's going to be a mystery now to see what happens this weekend. Hopefully we get into a bowl. I mean, it's crazy to even think about it.
I think we will. We're getting a bowl.
I know, but I mean, Joe looked at the CBS projections and we were not listed for the first time.
Yeah, but as I said, that could have just been an oversight because we've been in there all along. But as more teams win and the possibility that spots get filled, just to give you Jack Cochran here, he won 160. He won 163, 31-2.
Wow.
At Harding and Bridgeport, New London, New Britain, and Bloomfield.
5 places. Wow.
Yeah,
4 places.
Oh, 4. Okay, sorry.
4 places. 4 places. So
legendary.
Yeah.
I remember when
5th
Casey,
all time in winning percentage.
I remember when Casey came to our events when he was in high school.
Casey's a great guy. Casey was a hell of a player, and he could sling it. Yeah, he can. In fact, a little Casey story for you boys. So Casey in 2013 didn't play at first with Coach Pasqualoni, and then Paul got fired, and TJ Weist took over as the offensive coordinator. So Timmy Boyle was a freshman, and they stuck Tim in there, but it was against the 4 hardest teams on the schedule, and it wasn't a fair fight. So then for the final games of the year, TJ stuck Casey in his quarterback, and he lit it up.
Yeah.
He lit it up. And then the next year, never mind.
Oh, that was the Big
That
D
was
came in.
Bob. That was Bobby. Yeah.
The Big D got rid of Casey as a player, Boyle as a player, who's in the NFL still. Correct.
And
Boyle
he also
transferred. Yeah, Boyle
created
transferred.
He was.
Well,
When I was an agent, we represented him. So
yeah.
So I know he
good
was in the
guy,
NFL.
great family. Yeah, I
Great
like
family.
Timmy.
And then there was another quarterback that came from a bigger school or something.
Is it Pendel?
No. Oh, Pendel.
No, Pendel played for Randy.
Yes. Pendel was great. Pendel just happened to be on a bad team. He was a great athlete. Great.
Tremendous.
Yeah, and he
still plays in Japan, I think.
Yeah.
So he was.
I heard Cully's going over
well.
there to play as a tight end. He's going to be Juice Farine.
Oh God, Juice Farine. And
Did Juice Farine come back? Did Juice Farine come back?
No, he did not. He did not. He's still out.
No, but he
may be
only
out for good.
Is he coming? That's what I'm saying. Is he coming? Do you think he's coming back, or is he going to the portal?
I think he's going into the portal from what I've heard and from what he's posted on social media. He has not hit his disdain for being in Connecticut. He doesn't like the cold weather. But I mean, he was at NC State. I mean, come on. I mean, where do you think you're going? But
Cry me a river. River.
And some of the guys they make me laugh, dude. They make me laugh with their just.
Well, the number of guys already in the portal is crazy, and the portal opens January 2nd. So that's why Lane Kiffin is on the clock for making a decision. And I couldn't imagine them not letting him coach the Egg Bowl, which would be crazy to me. But that's where they're at.
I don't see anything negative posted by Juice Farine.
He must have taken some stuff down. I've seen some stuff where he posted he was not loving the Connecticut weather. He didn't like the cold.
Well, he must have cleaned it all up because it looks. He posts a lot of his highlights.
Are you on his Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, that's why you got his
promotes
Instagram.
himself very well.
He does. So.
Yeah, I bet you it's going to come down to money with you.
Yeah, that's what it's all going to come down to. So I will leave us with this.
Oh,
Dave.
Go with Everett next year or go with someone.
I think Farrar. I think Farrar's going to get a shot. I hope Evers is
portal, though. No, but you don't know who the coach is going to be. It's
right. And they're definitely going in the portal for somebody. It doesn't mean that guy's going to.
No, they're going to have to bring in someone from the portal. I agree. But I'd love to see him go with Farrar. I think he's a great dual threat quarterback, and that would help us. But he's very young. I hope Evers has improved. But yes, they will go into the portal. And like Joe said, until we know for sure who the coach is going to be, we can't say anything.
It's all wasted energy.
I got one question for you before you go. A couple of do you think that we have one of the top 5 tight end rooms in the country?
Yes. Hands down.
Because we have I think so. A blocking tight end, a both tight end in Hansen, and
we have the best tight
end Juice. Yeah.
I love all three. I think they're all three are incredible. Yes.
Well, and underrated. It's as good as anybody. That's for sure. You know?
How about top 5 trio between Fagnano, Skylar Bell, and Cam?
That's a good
trio.
Wow.
The trio combined.
I'd have to do a lot deeper dive. I'd have to do a lot deeper dive.
I mean, statistically, sure.
Might be top 10 statistically. Definitely top 10 statistically. Yes, well, Fagnano must be near the top statistically. The other guy, Skylar Bell, must be near the top.
If you look at our record, though, what teams have we beaten with a winning record? Is Duke
No, I'm
the
just
only team?
I get that. I'm not saying that.
I know. I'm just curious. I think Duke's the only team.
Skylar Bell has
He's got over 100 receptions.
101 receptions
He
for
broke the record.
1278 and 13 touchdowns.
He
Fagnano,
broke 2 single-season records.
right?
Fagnano
Fagnano
will
is
break the single-season passing yards record.
3,048, 69% passing, 28 touchdowns, 1 interception,
Yeah.
161 rating.
Which he improved tremendously on his accuracy from last year.
And then Cam Edwards, Norwalk did.
He only threw
1,132 yards.
He only threw 4 interceptions last year.
No, he threw 20 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. No, he was great.
Right. So for a 4-year stretch, I mean,
his
let's
accuracy
not
was
throw the
poor.
baby out with the bathwater. That's pretty spectacular.
No, I said his year was great last year, other than the Merrimack game. He threw 5 touchdowns. But interception wise, he's always been great with his decisions, but his completion percentage last year was low, I believe.
Let me see the Ole Miss.
I thought it was 60% or under.
Well, 60%'s not awful.
Well, college football, I mean, they like it higher.
So Fagnano's 11th in passing efficiency, 3rd in passing touchdowns, and 3rd in passing yards. And what are you slurping on?
I know, Jesus Christ.
And 7th in passing.
It sounds like you're sucking on a tiny schmutz.
Thank you, Dave.
In passing yard, so he's top 11 in 4 critical categories.
No, I know, and that's why people think he should be going to New York, which is unrealistic.
I mean, the old I was just looking at the Ole Miss because
I like that Skylar Bell is a finalist for the Biletnikoff Award. I think that's great.
Yeah, 101 receptions, should be a finalist.
And
he's first in the country in yards and in receiving touchdowns.
Wow.
And he's 2nd in yards per game and receptions per game. I mean, that's pretty amazing. And Edwards is 7th in rushing touchdowns, 8th in rushing yards, and 20th in yards per game. That's, you know what? That's pretty spectacular. I mean, I got to admit, that's pretty spectacular. To have 3 kids that high,
yes,
in the thing. Now, as far as I'm not ranting, but you brought up a point, Steve. Well, who have they beaten with the winning record? Well, they beat Central, and they had a winning record in FCS, and they're going to the playoffs. They beat Syracuse. They don't have a winning record.
No.
They lost to Syracuse, lost to Delaware. They beat Ball State. I don't think they have a winning record. They beat Buffalo. No. FIU, no. Boston College, big no.
No.
UAB,
no.
Duke, Air Force, and Florida. So I think maybe 2 teams with a winning record.
Yeah.
I would be great if we played I wish we could play like a North Texas in a bowl game, another high flying.
Buffalo turned things around a little bit when they got their quarterback back, who was a UConn transfer, which is funny.
Oh, really?
Robinson. Yeah.
Oh, Roberson. Oh,
yeah. Wow. And we played more backup quarterbacks than anyone, which was funny. But
wait a minute, I thought Roberson was at a school that we were going to see this year, and we didn't see him because he was hurt.
He was hurt at Buffalo. Yeah, we didn't play against him.
But I thought you said he was at North Texas.
No, Dave said
I played North Texas in a bowl game because it's another super high flying offense.
We played Buffalo when he was hurt, and he was playing phenomenally. And it's too bad we let him transfer because he's good.
Too bad we let him transfer. Yeah. Is he better? Is he better than Joe Montana Fagnano? I don't think so.
No, he's not.
I don't think so. I don't think under any imagination is he better than.
No, I'm not saying that he is, but you could have waited a year and then had him for 2 or 3 years. That's my point. He was young. We had 4 quarterbacks transfer last year because they didn't want to sit and wait a year behind Joe.
That's going to
why
happen. I would say it happens almost everywhere.
It is. It's happening. It's happening everywhere. So I will just ask Dave.
Yes.
Do you believe that we will get into a bowl game?
Do I believe? Yes, I definitely think we're going to get in a bowl game. 100%.
Okay.
It's going to have to. It's only bowls that are going to take us is going to be one of these East Coast bowls, and it could end up being a frozen cold bowl at like New York or something, because
they said that, but they said that they're filled. But I hope not. I'd love to see.
I'm saying it's going to have to be one of those bowls because they're going to want to. They're going to, if they take us, it's going to be a bowl of things we would travel to. So they're not going to take us in California or, that does limit the bowls even more. That limits it even more because no one in Texas is taking us. No one in California is taking us.
No, it's going to be the East Coast,
Florida and up.
It's going to be the East Coast, Florida and up. You're absolutely right. Joe, what are your thoughts? Do you think that we get picked?
Yeah, I do. I think it'll because we don't know how many of these 5 and 6 teams are playing each other this weekend, and somebody will knock somebody. Yeah, but I think Shu's 100% correct. I don't think I don't think it's a marquee bowl under any circumstance, and I think it might be at a place that people aren't going to travel to. Nobody's going to Birmingham.
No.
Nobody's going to Memphis the week after Christmas. It's just a fact of life.
No.
I mean,
no.
What are you going to do?
Memphis is fun.
Oh, Memphis is great. Memphis is great.
Time. Oh, and the dance right down on Beale Street, right down there.
I've had some good times on Beale Street. Let me tell you.
Oh man,
covering the Huskies there. But
let me tell you something. After midnight, Beale Street, it's fun before midnight. After midnight, that place is crazy.
I believe the phrase the kids say is "it's lit."
It's lit. I've been in places I'm like, whoa. And I used to like to have a lot of fun, and I would be like, whoa, like people were crazy.
What does it say? Scout Demo Live? Is that what it's called?
Scout Demo? What's that?
The thing behind you, your software thing.
Oh, that's one of the 4
one of the modules. 4
modules. No, modules within the software.
Okay. Within the software.
Don't bother counting it because you'll just ruin it.
You're always hustling. I know. You're always hustling.
Hey, I've done a little quick study here. We have not beaten a team 500 or better other than CCSU.
Ooh.
FAU is 4-7. Rice-A-Roni is 5-6.
Duke
UAB is 3-8. BC is 1-10. The Buffalo Bills are 5-6. The Fighting Air Force Academy is 3-8.
3-8.
Ball State is 4-7, and FIU is not very good.
What's Duke?
Yeah, I thought Duke.
Well, we didn't beat. Oh yeah, we beat Duke. Yeah, so Duke will be the only team. Duke will be the only team that we beat with a
5.
Does Boston College fire? Does Boston College fire?
No.
O'Brien.
No.
Well, I think.
No.
I think it all depends, Shu. I think it all depends on how many other coaches they're paying off. I mean, the guy before left to the NFL.
He halfly chose to leave. Halfly chose to leave.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I meant.
Yeah, I don't think they will. I don't think they will. He came from New
Duke,
England.
by the way, Duke got beat in their most recent game, so they're 6-5.
Oh wow!
Yes,
it's falling apart.
They could still be in the ACC championship game, which is crazy.
Really?
And FIU is a winning record. How does FIU have a winning record? They're 6-5.
Wow, that's shocking.
So 2 winning teams out of 9, or 3 if you count Central.
I have a question. Maybe Joe.
Let's go to Dave.
Joe might be able to answer. He's the only one I think could answer this. If we don't get into any conference, let's say, like it seems like, let's say it seems like it's going to be a battle in the next few years to get in any conference whatsoever, which may be the case. Does UConn explore one of these other group of 5 conferences for
We talked
football?
about this. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it's a great question, but do those conferences want to bring in a team in football only? I mean, here's the problem with that, and with the way the scheduling module is going to work. I mean, do you really want to play Kennesaw State and Louisiana Tech if you join Conference USA? Do you really want to play Western Michigan, Central Michigan, Eastern Michigan, Southern Michigan? There is no Southern Michigan in the MAC.
Nah.
And I mean, and then the only other one is the Sun Belt. I mean, JMU, ODU, Coastal Carolina,
Oh,
Georgia Southern, where we were for a FCS game in 1998. First place I ever saw where they served beer in the press box. After the game.
Wow. Did they really?
1AA, baby. Game ended. Those Southern boys, they opened up the cooler, and there it was.
Wow, that's cool.
Knocked down a couple of beers before we got on the bus after the loss. Marshall, App State, Georgia State, and then in the West there, Southern. You know what? They don't fit, which is why I don't think they'd go. But when I look at the schools, the only one that would appeal to me would be the Sun Belt. And nobody wants to hear that UConn's in the Sun Belt.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
This guy asked a good question. Pac-12, is that like a short-term fix at all? No.
It's too much
There's only
travel.
2 teams.
Right. That's what
It's
I'm
a
saying.
whole-
No, I mean,
you only have to go out to 2 places.
Well, and they're
They've
associated
added for
now with
next
the Mountain
year.
West.
Oh,
Yes.
they are?
Yeah,
they
they're
added a lot
associated
of
with
the
the
Mountain
Mountain
West
West.
teams. They had a lot of the Mountain West teams, but yeah, no, I Joe said the travel. I agree. The travel isn't worth it, not for all the sports. So we'll see what happens.
Well, I mean, if you could go as even if you could go as a
Well, it would be a
just
football
a
only.
one-off and a associated member. I mean, again, it's been 2 great years under Coach Mora, but if he leaves, there's no guarantee it's going to be sustainable. And this is for another day. As we get closer to the bowl game, when I'm sure we'll do more shows.
Sorry.
I'm sure it'll come closer when it comes to the bowl game. But is this not playing in a conference sustainable long term? That's a huge question.
Stop laughing, Dave. Stop laughing. Compose yourself.
I mean, when you suck on that straw, it's just,
Yeah, I know.
Steve,
you're 6'5", 280-pound man.
Let's practice something here. Here's the straw. Here's the drink. Turn around.
Turn away. Okay.
Don't suck it right into the microphone.
I can do that.
Or how about drinking coffee the old way,
Okay.
I can't tell you the image that goes through my mind every time you suck on that straw. And with that, take us out.
Another banner episode of Husky Huddle for Joe D, legendary voice of the Huskies, the best of the best for Dave, the asshole. I'm Steve Cully, the best podcast host in the universe. Remember, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges, throw them right back at Dave.
Steve, when you play